Madam Chair, there is a baseline data that is
Yun na nga,
collected,
but
and then
I
an
haven't
end-line
seen
data.
anything.
Madam Chair, what we will do is we'll submit to you.
All you're providing us is what was released.
Madam Chair will submit to the committee the results of the feeding program in the past 3 years.
Because given the state of malnutrition in the country, it's not working, is what I'm saying. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying that we need to get our act together between DSWD, DOH, and DepEd. Our nutrition programs are simply not working. Yes, there was a question about Lawa and Binhi. I think you submitted. This was item number 7. Something to do with the immigration, di ba? Ay, irrigation. Diyos ko, hindi na immigration.
Madam Chair, it's simply putting direction to our Cash for Work program for our poor communities. Given na nandyan na talaga yan sa amin, yung parang disaster mitigation fund namin, prevention.
Is this derived from the QRF?
No, ma'am. It's a separate line item called DRPCC-CAM. So, Disaster Resilience Program, Climate Change Adaptation and Mitigation. Nandun na ho yan talaga sa libro namin. It's a cash for work program na nilagyan lang ho namin ng direction rather than them doing other menial things.
Yeah. And you're doing it in tandem with NIA, I understand, not BSWM.
Ma'am, apparently it's with BSWM
There we go.
and NIA. Dalawa sila
Kaya nga
sabay.
nalilito ako kasi last time, ang sinabi ninyo, sa NIA, alam ko papel ng BSWM yan eh.
May stand corrected, silang dalawa ang kausap ho namin sabay.
Actually, magulo sila kasi yung NIA palipat-lipat rin, DA. Ngayon, back to OP na naman for the second time. So, magulo siya. Okay. That's fine. I think we're done with that and then we can go to the other questions. Yes, I think you had some submissions on the SLP and these motor vehicles that are really not of interest. I think what's more of interest is to determine how to safeguard and secure all those bringing cash all over the place. Ano po ito? Yeah. I don't understand. Ito. Yes. I think I had a question also about the creation of a disaster resilience department.
Ma'am, yun ho, you spoke about that in our last hearing. I was saying kasi ho, yung disaster arm ng DSWD, wala ho siyang bureau. Lahat sila contract of service. Kasi nga, the reason being, there was a drive then to create a disaster department at ililipat sila doon.
Correct.
Kaya puro contract of service rin yung buong department cluster namin on disaster response. That was the context.
Contractual.
Contract of service, ma'am.
Sorry. So JO pending creation of new department.
Yes, ma'am. But our plead now with DBM is to baka habang inaantay yun, baka pwede kami humingi ng mga regular positions also kasi parang hindi pa ho namin makita yung disaster department.
Right. There are child nutrition advocates in the Senate, and I'd like to ask some additional questions. With a supplemental feeding program, providing hot meals 5 to 7 days a week for 120 days. What's the distinction between the 5 times and those 7 times? 5 to 7 ang sabi.
5 days in a week kasi facilities-based siya.
Sorry?
We only do feeding 5 days a week because facility-based yan sa loob ng daycare.
Kaya nagtataka ako kasi may banggit dito 5 to 7 days. Nasa submission ninyo, binabasa ko lang.
Ma'am, just for the record, it's 5 days.
Yeah, let's consider it a mistake.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ang nabigay sa akin 5 to 7.
5 days, ma'am.
Okay. The submitted report makes no mention on the final result of the feeding. What's the effect of the program? Height, weight, nutrition status? Is it successful? Ang hirap-hirap ng supplemental feeding, having been a governor for a long time, it doesn't work a great deal of the time. After 120 days, underweight pa rin yung bata.
Madam,
So, may resulta ba kayo nito? Kasi ang alam ko, hindi talaga nag-work. Ako, hirap na hirap ako kasi nag-feeding rin ako sa Nutriban. Hindi talaga nagsasucceed ka agad. 120 days may not be sufficient.
Madam, you're correct. It's not sufficient. That's why we've been asking to move it in 100.
120 na kayo ngayon. Hindi, ang problema kasi, wala kayong results-based management.
Ma'am,
Anong resulta? Di nagpakain tayo.
Madam, the
nangyari.
LGUs are the ones submitting in the information system yung wasted and severely wasted status ng mga bata. Kasi we don't have boots on the ground.
Pero considering na kayo ang may hawak ng budget na yon, kayo pa rin ang may pananagutan niya.
Yeah. Ma'am, whenever it's consolidated, the results will show that there's improvement in wasting. From severely wasted and wasted, nababawasan
Yes, but
po
we
yun.
need to know more precisely so that we target it properly. Siyempre, yung severely wasted, iba yung sitwasyon sa mildly malnourished. So we have to, I think, we have to target more carefully. Kasi yung severely wasted, ibang story talaga yun. Hindi sasapat yung 120 days.
Madam Chair, in the feeding,
Ang problema niyan, sinasantabi ninyo at saka sinasabi nyo LGU na ang sasagot. Hindi pwedeng LGU ang sasagot kasi yung pera nasa inyo eh.
Ma'am, Madam Chair, the feeding has multiple modalities. One of the main modalities, we download the funds to the LGU for them to procure from local co-ops kasi hindi namin kaya mag-regional procurement all the time dahil wastage, spoilage. So in effect, they're the ones keeping tab of the children's weight status. And they input it in the feeding information system.
Pero can't we require, bago kayo can't it be required, bago kayo mag-release ng pera ulit sa LGU, dapat may closure report sila kung ano nangyari sa bata.
Sir, there is a post-feeding assessment that they submit to us.
But we have no results.
Madam
in the
Chair,
report you provided, walang naibigay. Did it work? Didn't it work? Were
Madam
we
Chair,
successful?
yes.
Were we palpak?
Madam Chair, what we can do is furnish the committee a copy of the results. Basically, what we look for are anthropometric measurements. Yung head circumference niya,
Yes, understood.
height,
Kaya
weight,
lang,
BMI.
pero wala siyang before and after. Kailangan maliwanag yung before and after eh. At
Ma'am-
saka dapat siguro, iba-ibang klase, yung severely wasted nga, kesa sa mas mild or just occurred during the bagyo.
Madam Chair, there is a baseline data that is
Yun na nga,
collected.
but
And
I
then an
haven't
endline
seen
data.
anything.
Madam Chair, what we will do is we'll submit to you.
All you're providing us is what was released.
Madam Chair will submit to the committee the results of the feeding program in the past 3 years.
Because given the state of malnutrition in the country, it's not working, is what I'm saying. I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying that we need to get our act together between DSWD, DOH, and DepEd. Our nutrition programs are simply not working.
Madam Chair, as we speak, there's a NEDA commission group with those three departments that you mentioned to synchronize it. We've given recommendations, for instance, sa amin 120 days, pero sa DepEd 180 days. The unit
Tsaka
cost...
DepEd, it's too late. Matanda na sila, 7
Yes.
years old na. Yung 1,000-day period is lost.
Yes, Madam Chair.
And then with DOH naman, puro micro-supplements na nag-e-expire. Puro vitaminang ine-expire.
Madam Chair, yes.
Ayaw nila magbigay ng pagkain, hindi ko maintindihan.
Madam Chair, we can submit to you the nutrition continuity plan that we plotted. In that nutrition continuity plan, it will show our action and interventions in the first 1,000 days to include the new first 1,000-day grant ng 4Ps, and then the facility-based intervention, 3 to 5 in the daycare centers, and then DepEd's feeding program.
Yes,
We can
I think
submit
I
to
need
you.
a more results-based report.
We will,
because,
Madam Chair.
Clearly, malnutrition's not moving. If anything, it's been exacerbated.
We will, Madam. We'll submit to you, Madam Chair, the post-feeding reports that we have for the prior 3 years.